down how to do this, and also how to do this as well. Okay, so that's coming off an aerial with a butterfly. First of all, I'm going to demonstrate a load of double butterflies variations that you can do yourself, including just moving them around like this, popping off thumb rolls afterwards. Also, so do you know when you go into your buzzsaw here? Well, if you reverse the direction of the one chuck, that will also simulate almost butterfly look. So you've got your butterfly here, but if you was to move it here in this plane, so look, I do the butterfly here and move it in here into this plane, so you see the big gap in between this stick and this stick, yeah? So that's all I'm doing. So I'm going into this butterfly and I'm going here. And this also looks like a butterfly. So there's many things which you can call a butterfly in doubles, but I'm going to break down how to do this now. So what you need to do, you need to concentrate on the positioning of your hand. By that, what I mean is the grip. There are many grips. So you've got standard grip, reverse grip, pencil grip for finger rolls. What we're going to concentrate on is a thing that I like to call the piece grip. So it's this. What you're going to do is see these two fingers, so I've got my forefinger and middle finger pointing up. What needs to happen is this needs to go in here, do you see? So the piece grip here, so the stick needs to go in line with this, okay? The reason for this is because the other stick is going to lie on top of here, like this. Do you see? And there needs to be a separation between the stick, because otherwise, this, you're always going to fail. This is where you bring the two sticks in together like this. Yeah, I'm using two different weighted chucks. So it's a little bit harder to film a little bit, so I might make a few mistakes, but never mind. So you need to concentrate on this, the piece grip. Then you need to put this stick on top like this. So this is how you're going to actually pass. If you pay attention, this actually looks like an X. Yeah? And so I've got the piece grip here, and then I'm pointing the piece grip out a little bit like, you know, pointing a gun. Yeah? And then I'm putting this on top here. So this is what's going to happen, this pass here. So what I want you to focus on is as you bring this stick into this hand, is just getting one rotation, okay? So it crosses on the top and the bottom, okay? So you go here, you let it go, and then you just, they will tangle up a little bit, but this is what I want you to focus on first, is getting the grip and getting them to cross on the top and the bottom. So whoosh. Next of all, this is where yesterday's tutorial comes in with the knocking motion. Which almost is some going, almost, you know when you throw a punch like this and you got the flick of the wrist? Well, what you're actually doing, so imagine if you're reversing that motion, so they're crossing on the bottom here, but they're crossing on the top there, if you kind of get what I mean. I might have mucked those two up a little bit. But if you notice how they cross on the top, but I'm actually, all I'm doing is I'm going like this, and like this, like this, like this. So it's not actually like a punch, because a punch you flick it from the outside inside. This is more like this motion, so it's more like you're knocking on a door, if you get what I mean. Well, that is the motion which you need to focus on in this. So if you pay attention here, how it almost looks like my hand's going up and down, but what's actually happening, if I can slow it down for you a little bit, is, do you see this gradual knocking motion that I'm doing? But if you pay attention, the sticks are still separated, but this one is below now this one, because this one's higher, do you see? So this is what you want to do. This is going to be another way which you can get into it, okay? This will be if you're really struggling, okay, and you're getting really wound up with this move, you're going to come here. So we're going to treat this like we did the first tutorial with the butterfly, and then we're going to throw this in. You need to make sure that this stick is pointing over there to 12 o'clock before you throw it in, otherwise they're going to crash. You might get about one or two rotations, but that's about it. They will crash. So that's just to get you to understand this. So right, next of all, once you've got that, that is really cool. That is awesome. Next of all, we'll learn how to come off into an aerial. Right, there's exactly the same stick position on the hand. The only difference is, okay, if you're using your right hand, yeah, the stick that's on the bottom of the cross, remember this, is the one that you're throwing, okay? So the stick that's on the bottom is going to be tossed out of this butterfly motion here. So this stick is getting tossed out. So the one at the bottom, so pay attention now, I'm going to make sure the one with the reflective tape is on the bottom. And what you're going to see is you're going to see the one with the reflective tape fly off. And all you're going to do is you're kind of going to open these fingers a little bit, and that's going to help the stick slide out. So you're not actually gripping it at a certain point. And now what you're doing is you're just going to throw it into the air. And that's how we're going to come off here into this. Next of all, now this might take me a few goes, but once you have got the first move, what I want you to focus on is putting, there we go, putting this tutorial in with yesterday's tutorial and be able to do this. And like kind of practice moving them about and stuff like that. There's many things that you can do with your butterflies, as I say, there's so many things. So I hope this tutorial helps you out, guys. I've gone really in depth into this, so hopefully anyone can do this. So yeah, cheers guys.